and let Ajay Alok come in on this, that there is a sense after 10 years of being in power, there's a sense of deja vu. For the BJP to be as sprightly as it was in its initial years in power and soon after 2019 as well, they somehow need to be able to reinvent the script, to look fresh, to look new, to look hungry, not look jaded, not look tired, not look same. Something has to, how do you hope to do that? That the person is the same, the party is the same, the cast of characters are largely the same. Given everything being the same, how can they create new energy and a new halo and a new buzz? Ajay Alok, is that the challenge, and how do you hope to address it?
Rahul, first of all, this debate is nothing but completely based on hypothesis, like a survey being conducted after the polls and what is the mood of the nation. Well, that's a good thought point. But you have to understand the whole paradigm of elections and the whole paradigm of Indian politics has changed since last 10 years. When you talk that how you're going to feel fresh, look fresh and not tired or retired, we are neither tired nor retired. We are a 24/7 political party. And we are not seeking any upbrush. We are working for a mission. And that mission is continuously continuing. It's in the continuance mode. What your poll is also showing, that people also want this continuity. The people of this India wants continuity, stability, and of course, the 2024 June results. That result was not that people of India have rejected us. They have selected us to be in the power and to take India forward, to take much further under the leadership of Narendra Modi. And Narendra Modi at the age of 72, neither he's tired nor he's going to be retired for the next 15 years. That's also a surety. Because people have reposed faith again and again for the consecutive 3 times. See, you have to understand. Earlier in India, the cell was always Congress party, and the nucleus used to be from Gandhi family. And the whole opposition used to attack. Now this cell has changed. The cell is Bharatiya Janata Party and the nucleus is Narendra Modi. And what led to the Congress
your point is well taken, Ajay. Let the Congress respond to that. Your point is well taken that the BJP with these numbers will still see itself, Shama Mohammed, as the principal pole of Indian politics. That the BJP still remains the party above 30%, which is what you really need if you want to be a serious contender for power. The Congress has gained, but not enough. Would you concede that at least? Or are you still in the euphoria of what happened surprisingly on June 4th?
It is not a surprise, Rajdeep. We all knew that this is going to happen. It is your pollster who got it wrong. That is the fact of the matter. Now, let's understand the mood of the nation. The draft broadcast bill was withdrawn. The notification for lateral entry was withdrawn. The Waqf amendment bill goes to the standing committee, which never happened. And the removal of the indexation benefits is kept aside. So this is the mood of the nation. If there was no such issues, I know the Prime Minister of this country, he would have gone ahead with the Waqf amendment bill. There was no standing committee in the last 10 years. It was just passing any bill. Why did he broadcast bill?
Is that a mood of the nation or the function of numbers in Parliament and outside?
It is, see, it's not just the numbers there. It is because the representatives, like the opposition, their own allies, saying that, we can't go ahead with these things because we are getting response from people. Our voters will not agree with these things, and that is the reason. So,
that's a larger macro point. Let's look at the data. There are 2 ways of looking and interpreting the data. One, from the last mood of the nation to now, your vote share is up 6%. Yay to that. The fact also is you're still 13% less than your principal opponent. So you're still losing. You're just putting up a better fight before you lose. The BJP is not losing ground in terms of vote share. They're still holding on to vote share. That's the most important from the BJP's perspective. You're gaining vote share at the expense of your allies. At some point in time, as the Congress gains more vote share, they'll start pushing back because they won't be happy with it. So you're gaining to some extent, but the BJP is still 13% above you.
But why should I believe this? This is what happened with your Lok Sabha pollster. What did he say? What, 340 seats or 300 odd seats? But it didn't turn out that way. We have to understand that these can be wrong. Now, I heard somebody saying that Mahayukti Agadi is the Goliath and Mahavikas Agadi is David. That is wrong. Look at recent statements from Ajit Pawar. He says, it was wrong to put my wife against Supriya Sule. I might have to rethink things. What is happening there? See, please, let's understand that the media can confuse things. But I know people in Maharashtra. I've lived in Maharashtra. And they are telling me, Shama, It is Maha Vikas Agadi winning this election. Mahayukti Agadi is nowhere. They are not going to win any. I mean, it's going to be a very
okay. To put it in terms, okay, let's look at it. There are 10 bypolls coming on Uttar Pradesh. You have a Samajwadi Party, which is actually giving you a reality check when you ask for 4 seats of the 10 and say it's wishful thinking. So there is a literal pushback, and you can see it, and it's only going to increase in days to come.
So that's what we want. And I think Rahul Gandhi is very clear that we will fight tooth and nail against this fascism and against Modi. So we are ready to do some sort of sacrifice this. We want the alliance, this opposition alliance, to be one. And that is very important.
Now, I just want to sacrifice anymore.
I just want to bring in one point. Look at the way the media has been managed for West Bengal. The truth has come out today. The CBI says one person, that is Sanjoy, who the police of West Bengal caught, has raped her. There is no 150 grams of semen. That's all a lie. The CBI. The CBI has come out and said.
We are the ones who broke that story. Yes. Shama Mohammed, watch what you say. That story, based on speaking to senior officials of the Central Bureau of Investigation, was broken by India Today television.
That's what I'm telling you. That's a good thing. India Today, I'm not blaming India Today. I come on India Today. You show both sides, Rahul. I am not. What I'm trying to say is, the way the Bharatiya Janata Party went out there, manipulated things, said things. I'm not talking about the media, how they manipulated many things. You have a similar situation in Maharashtra. Why is the BJP not protesting there? I mean, there's 2 small little kids out there, and everybody wants to hang that man.
Can we come back to the data?
Can I though just get back to the data in terms of Sheila Dikshit? There is something in
Sheila Bhatt.
Why do I call you Sheila Dikshit? I'm getting old. Sheila Bhatt, I want to understand, there is something in what Shama Mohammed says, that while the numbers clearly show the BJP ahead, purely in atmospherics in the last 3 months, things have changed. There is a clear sign that the government has been pushed into rolling back some of its legislative agenda. It has been forced to listen to allies. And time and again, therefore, all this talk of 100 days we are going to achieve. I don't hear any talk at all at the moment of what you performed in 100 days. No talk of single election, single nation. There is, in that sense, the mood changing. Would you agree that the politics has become more competitive and the opposition, like it or not, has found a voice inside parliament and outside?
Definitely, mood has changed. Definitely, there is a setback to BJP. Definitely,
irrespective of these numbers.
Irrespective of these numbers, because it's obviously third term, obviously. But what I feel is that Congress, secular liberal people, good people, I would say all the people of India, I think they are making very big mistake of so much underestimating what BJP stands for. Right now, more damage in a public perception looks to Modi. But I don't think BJP, because
So the urban Hindu vote in particular is still very much with Modi. The Hindu vote is still very much with Modi.
Wait a minute, I'm just explaining that at a national level, are you crazy? Are you mad? I mean, are we not knowing that Delhi Sultanate, Delhi seat of power, who is sitting in the...
But can I make a point?
I'm just saying that it is not a joke to so much underestimate. I mean, why? If Congress wants to do a good planning, I think they should respect that 240 was not public perception. Games on social media, Twitter is fine, and mocking, ridiculing and satire is a very good politics, but that is not all.
So they are still at 99 and the other side is still at 240.
But on the other side, I do feel BJP is in a problem.
What has changed in the BJP in the last 3 months?
It is turning point, because inside also a lot of things are happening.
Like what? What is happening within the BJP?
I think the second generation leadership wants to come up. And they feel that our time is out.
Do you think there will be a rethink?
I think Modi himself is running against time, number one.
But can I place things in a historical arc, okay? Zoom out, look back in time. There are 3 prime ministers in India who've scaled Mount 3.0. And I want Rajchingappa to come in on this, because first was Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. What happened during the middle of his third term? 1962, the war happens, he loses his credibility, despite having no very tall opposition leader or a big opposition party at that time. He is a diminished prime minister, his political credibility goes down, he has a heart attack and passes away. Indira Gandhi, she imposes emergency, her political stock after a second term takes a big hit, she comes back after the Janata experiment fails. So if you zoom out, given the pessimism and the naysayers over here, in a historical context in India, a third-time Prime Minister is still doing remarkably better than even Pandit Nehru, Indira Gandhi.
I'll just finish what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you look at Indira Gandhi's third term, everyone who's hit the third term, there are only 3, as you said, anyone who's got there so far, the previous 2 faltered in the third term. Mr. Modi, I'm sure, is very well aware of that history that is there. He has not been served a great hand. I mean, he's partly responsible for that he doesn't get a full majority that he wanted to do so. And therefore, the risks are much, much greater for him as it was for them as well. And history has its own lessons to teach us. And if Mr. Modi does not, if you see as the MOTN results unfurl, this is his biggest challenge when it comes. If you look at the first term, the second term, there is a challenge that is out there for him, both in terms of numbers and what he has to deliver. People have said, okay, we want you back, we think you're still the best bet for us, but now perform.
No, but that's one way of looking at it.
More than that, Rahul, just look at what has happened in the last 4 months. We just mentioned about the Waqf bill going to a joint committee of parliament. Look at this whole lateral entry notification. Could you have imagined in 24 hours the government would have to pull it back? It would have not happened in Modi 1.0 and 2.0. That's how the mood has changed politically. It doesn't mean that the people still don't trust Modi. When it comes to a choice between Mr. Modi and Rahul Gandhi, and I'm sure your poll will probably show that, Mr. Modi is still Neta number 1. But the political authority that came with being Neta number 1 is
the point
not
I
there.
was making is look at what happened in other third terms of other prime ministers rather in India. How does it not matter?
Of course it doesn't.
In a cricket match. In a cricket match.
I'm not interested in what happened to Jawaharlal
that's the
Nehru
wrong way of looking at it. Rajdeep, one second. If there's a cricket match between you and me, all that matters is who wins in the end, right? It doesn't matter. Last time I beat you by 100 runs. This time I beat you by 10 runs. Who is winning is what matters.
There are 2 points, therefore. On numbers, as you have shown on the mood of the nation, there's a 12-point gap between the BJP and
13 points.
13 points, substantial. BJP still remains party number 1. The NDA still gets 299, and the India Alliance is 233. We don't even know how cohesive that India Alliance is, as we've just seen in West Bengal. But the fact at the end of the day is that you are seeing the political authority outside numbers. Outside the numbers of your mood of the nation, the political authority of a prime minister who could, through executive firman, virtually dictate terms to the opposition, no longer being able to do that, and it's gone on for 3 months. So clearly it's a sign that Mr. Modi is having to adjust to coalitional politics. But that's the change in mood. When you say mood of the nation also has to reflect the political reality.
I'll give you a corporate analogy. The way it works is when there is an established brand, and over a period of time, Prime Minister Modi has gathered so much of political capital that he has taken BJP's vote share, which is an order higher than the others.
Absolutely.
Now, the brand, which was an ascendancy for the past 10 years, is largely stabilized. Right, but when that's what happens with big companies like Pepsi's and the Cokes of the world. They're not in a perpetual brand ascendancy. But on the contrary, you have here a startup which was sort of an old party, trying to rejig itself, trying to bring in youthful energy, has a leadership change and all of that. And suddenly you're seeing their brand ascendancy. That is giving you a perception that this ascendant power and this stable power, this ascendant is actually going and crossing out the BJP.
I've not said that. I've never said
this
it's
perception.
crossing.
I'm just saying this is the perception that is being, but what you fail to understand is that this 13 to 15% is such an orbit change of, vote shares actually on the ground that it is extremely hard for the Congress party till they don't do something major so that a major chunk of vote shares